Alright, so now we have the Soniclean WhisperJet C2, which is also known as the Fakir TS2000 in Germany. Like, basically, Soniclean relabels these things from Fakir. That's a weird name for a vacuum brand. I don't know what it means. Yeah, it's an actual German machine. These go for about 300 new, and I got mine brand new, so that is what I paid for it. But basically, they're meant to compete with stuff like the Miele Classic C1 Pure Suction, the Cibo K2 Combi, Henry HVR 160. Basically the hard floor oriented canisters in the $300 to $400 price range. And this one is, honestly, I think you're probably better off just getting the Miele pneumatic or Cibo. But this is kind of a decent vacuum. Like, it's not a bad vacuum. Let me be clear about that. It comes with a RD285 style floor nozzle. Uses 35mm attachments, kind of like a Miele, although not all of my 35mm adapters work if I want to use like universal fit attachments. Or they don't work on the wand end, they do work on the hose end, which is kind of weird. In terms of attachments, I think the upholstery nozzle, that's good. Both the dusting brush and the crevice tool are kind of crap. Crevice tool is super short. Dusting brush has very short and stiff bristles. Yeah, onto the actual canister itself. This thing has two carrying handles, something I like. You got one right here, for like, I don't know, transporting the machine and maybe carrying up and down the stairs with the nozzle docked in the back. Then you have a handle right here for when you're maybe like walking around doing some dusting with it, and you want to, oh shoot, and you want to carry it around. Hopefully I didn't have the camera upside down for that. But one thing you're gonna notice is that this thing has a very thick hose, and that's because it's a tapered hose. Let me get those two in line with each other. Maybe it's a little hard to tell, but these two are like, the hose basically starts wide and gets thin near the as it gets closer to the hose handle, which is supposedly it increases airflow and it helps prevent clogging. So it's a good idea. You also see it on Henry's and the Cibo E and D series canisters. So it's kind of a good idea, but the way it's executed on this one, like, you get a short hose. I think this is less than 6 feet. And the hose is very stiff as well, so I don't know. I don't love this about it. It is the hose does have a swivel at both ends, so it doesn't get like twisted around itself too much as say like a Miele C3's hose or a complete C3's hose. Or no, let me be specific here. Like a power nozzle Miele, like with the current SCS 119 hose, I think it's called. Yeah, I've honestly kind of found that I like straight suction canisters better than power nozzle ones. But yeah, now one thing that I find really questionable about this machine is that the exhaust is right here, which means that if you're driving the vacuum around, it might blow stuff around, and if you try to set it on the stairs like that, kind of hard to do because I'm holding part of it, but the thing is, if you set it on the stairs on the base of the vacuum, then the exhaust is going to be going straight into the carpet, which I'd be kind of worried about it overheating. So yeah, kind of a questionable decision there. Don't want to end up melting your vacuum. But anyways, this is a hard floor model, and I probably should be testing it on hard floors, but I'm lazy. We're going to test it on an area rug, because I think this is a nice hard floor nozzle. Uses squeegees instead of brushes, so like hair doesn't get trapped on it. Now, one thing that would worry me about this, like, this isn't an actual review of the vacuum. This is just kind of my off-the-cuff thoughts about it. I would be worried about parts availability with this one, because I mean, with the SIBO K2, like, you can basically like buy literally every part of the vacuum off the internet. But I've done a quick search and I haven't been able to find any like Soniclean or Fakir parts available easily for one of these. That's definitely a concern if you're gonna use this regularly. All right, let's do the cleaning test. Vacuum's very quiet, which is probably why it's called WhisperJet. Alright, I actually have to touch it out here. So yeah, not really using the right tool for the job there. Like Soniclean does sell you a TK286, like, you know, every other canister in the price range. And if you're going to be using this on carpet a lot, then that's probably what you want to be using. But this your 285 hard floor nozzle can work in a pinch on an area rod. Right, next up is going to be a classic Miele that I've wanted for a very long time, so stick around.